When you go to a boxing weigh-in, you expect things to be, well, pretty even, right? Two athletes, perfectly conditioned, hitting almost the exact same number on the scale. But every once in a while, you get a matchup that just shatters all expectations. This is one of those times. It's a true tale of two fighters, a legend versus a physical anomaly. And it really all boils down to this one single number, 6 feet, 6 inches. Now think about that for a second. That's a height you expect to see on a basketball court, not in a boxing ring, and definitely not in this particular weight class. And yeah, here's the absolute kicker. We're talking about the super welterweight division. The weight limit is just 154 pounds. How can a guy who is 6'6" even make that weight? It just doesn't seem possible. It creates this unbelievable visual and a strategic puzzle that's just fascinating to think about. Okay, so let's really dig into this. How do these two competitors actually stack up against each other? The tale of the tape here, well, it paints a really vivid picture. So on one side, you've got the challenger, the legend, Keith "one-time" Thurman. He comes in at 152.6 pounds. And on the other, the reigning champ, Sebastian the towering Inferno, who is a staggering 6'6" and is only 1 pound heavier. I mean, look at that. Their records are both fantastic for sure, but that size difference, that is the entire story here. All right, so first up, let's talk about the challenger. This is a guy who really needs no introduction in the boxing world. Keith "one-time" Thurman is a legit legend, and believe me, he is not just showing up for a paycheck. He's here to get his crown back. And you can just feel that passion in his words, can't you? For Thurman, this isn't just a sport. It's a true love affair. He's making it crystal clear. He's not going anywhere until someone physically removes him from the sport. So who is this guy? Well, for starters, he's a former unified world champion. He's a veteran who's seen it all in the ring. He's famous for his knockout power and maybe even more so for his fiery, explosive confidence on the microphone. And this is a big deal for him. It's his first time back on the huge Las Vegas stage in 4 years. And then, in the other corner, you have the man with the belt. And he is the polar opposite of Keith Thurman in just about every single way, especially when it comes to his personality. And this is him, Sebastian Fundora. While Thurman is a master of the microphone, Fundora's whole approach is quiet, it's calm, it's measured. He's not going to give you fiery speeches. He believes his real statement, the only one that matters, is going to be made in the ring, with his fists. He's the defending WBC champ, and his nickname, the Towering Inferno, is just perfect, isn't it? His confidence doesn't come from trash talk. It comes from knowing he has this incredible, almost unfair physical advantage, and from the hard work he puts in. And get this, he's also part of boxing history as one half of the sport's only brother-sister world champion team. How cool is that? So, naturally, at the final face-off, this huge clash of personalities was just on full display for everyone to see. This is where the mind games really kicked into high gear, and let's just say one of the fighters did pretty much all of the talking. Thurman did not hold back at all. His promise was as simple as it was brutal. Fundora is going to feel his power, and the plan is to inflict some serious pain. And then he just went straight for Fundora's unique physique. He's not just talking about the height, he's flipping the script, framing it as a major weakness. He's literally painting this picture of a skinny giant that he's just gonna chop down like a tree. So when you get right down to it, in Keith Thurman's mind, this fight is already over. He sees Fundora as someone who is just completely out of his league, and he's promising the world that this is gonna be an easy night for him. And Fundora's response to all that? So calm, so simple, so direct. No trash talk, no wild promises. He just makes one promise, and it's to the fans, that they're going to see a spectacular, jaw-dropping show. The contrast between these two is just incredible. So this is what it all boils down to. It's a classic matchup. You've got the veteran's hard-earned experience and legendary power up against the champion's one-of-a-kind physical gifts. Thurman is convinced he can make that size advantage totally irrelevant, while Fundora is betting that his size is the one thing that will guarantee him the win. And so that leaves us all with the ultimate question, doesn't it? In a sport that's built around weight classes for the sake of fairness, what on earth happens when one fighter shows up with a physical trait that seems anything but fair? Can skill and experience really overcome that kind of massive size advantage? Well, we are all about to find out.